I do believe Marshall was on the set in Chicago when I wore the fedora that Dion insisted I buy to keep my head warm in Chicago.
That Susie subsequently set on fire.
That may have been the trip to the stadium where we stopped off to get some Giordano's pizza.
Okay.
And where I insisted that the bus stop at the Giordano's pizza place, and we all went, got it. And I don't recall what it was, but I think it's had to do with something where I didn't share the pizza, or I didn't get for everybody. I just got for myself. Like I called and I had it pre-ordered. I had it pre-ordered, and I just went and picked it up.
So that's karma for the time that we did it to you.
I think Marshall. Then I think Marshall spent the entire excursion to the stadium giving me crap for not ordering for everybody.
Wait a minute, you're on the bus with everybody and you ordered pizza
it was just right around the corner.
You stopped the whole bus.
Well, I was hungry. I hadn't eaten all day, I called and pre-ordered the pizza, and then I went and grabbed it, and I just had it was my own personal pizza.
Hey, guys, I'll be right back. I just got to hop off the bus for a second.
Interesting.
I made the entire bus.
So you made the bus stop.
Make a stop, man. That is not cool.
Well, that's what Marshall spent. I mean, he was. Well, you know, Marshall, like, he just likes to be on me about stuff that he knows is getting in my skull. Is he on hold hearing all this right now?
Yeah.
Damn it!
You made a whole bus stop and then you didn't share the pizza.
Good old Dick Eisen.
What do you mean half the bus?
I said the whole bus. You made a whole bus stop.
Well, there was probably about it was like quote unquote party bus, not like a school bus. You know, it's like one of those buses where there's like 10, 12 seats on it. And so it was like six of it. So it was like six of us. And I'm like, guys, you mind, we're going to stop at Giordano's. I already ordered a pizza. It's ready.
And Vic, yeah, great.
I thought it was, me pre-ordering was saving everyone time. It was no big deal to stop. It was on the way.
Yeah, but when you say I ordered the pizza, I'm sitting there thinking, oh, Rich got pizza for his bet.
Why would I do that? It was like 3 in the afternoon. I was the only idiot who didn't have lunch.
I'm just saying.
Wow. Back here on the terrestrial radio program. For those who are listening terrestrially, boy, we just delivered a setup for this conversation. My Pro Football Hall of Fame friend, who I love dearly, is Marshall Faulk here on the Rich Eisen Show on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line. How are you, Marshall?
Rich, I am doing good, man. I am doing very well.
Excellent.
In this holiday season. And yes, I was on hold. And I want you guys to know I don't just give Rich, crap for nothing. Just imagine we're on our way to talk about the ultimate team sport. And our quarterback, our leader, stops the van with a few other Hall of Famers who played the ultimate team sport to pick up a pizza that was a personal thing.
That is insane.
4 personal slices. I mean, we were okay with stopping the bus because we thought that he was good. Like, Rich got pizza for us. This is awesome. He came out with a pan of personal-sized pizza. And I proceeded for the next 6.5 hours to remind him of his efforts. Yep. He's a team player, guys.
Confirmed by Marshall Faulk himself. Oh, gosh. Oh,
wow.
That happened. Well,
hey guys,
my bad, as Del
pizza.
Tufo would say. My bad. That happened in Chicago, Illinois. That did happen.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh, my God.
Good time, though.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But your favorite, I'll just let you keep going if you wish. Your favorite is the coat rack in New Orleans, in New England. He's already laughing. He's laughing.
God. We were
in a small little trailer.
Yeah,
a small trailer in the parking lot.
Small trailer.
That's
small
where
trailer.
Yeah.
Well, so we're in this small trailer,
great. You're gonna love this
and Rich is trying to do his script, and so within the small trailer, I am sitting extremely close to Rich, like leg touching. Would you? And he tries to. He's upset that that is a small space. We don't have any. We can't move around, and he's trying to like find somewhere to put his coat. Oh my God! They've had this. One of the PAs built this coat rack, and it just wasn't. It wasn't sturdy, and the coat rack fell, and Richard lost.
I'm trying to do my job, right? I'm trying to do my job. Everybody else is just trying to stay warm because we haven't gone out in New England yet, and it's like 20 degrees, and we're in this little box, okay, in a parking lot, all right? Because there was no, there was no room, I guess, in all of Foxborough for us to be placed. To do this thing. And so Marshall sensed my anxiety over the whole situation. And Marshall, there was enough space for you to not touch me.
Oh, yeah.
You kept nudging next to me. You kept on shoving me. You kept on, so I couldn't even write, I couldn't even type because you just kept on.
This is true.
And then I would look at you can you give me some space? And then you just kept looking at me like, yeah, no.
No doubt about it. We could have, another person could have fit on that couch. But I wanted to be close to you. That's it. I wanted to be in your personal space.
Oh my God!
And it kind of egged it on. But here's what I am going to say.
Yes.
The next year when we went back to New England, they had an actual room for us.
They did.
So as we say,
squeaky wheel.
Squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Marshall nicknamed me Squeaky Wheel.
Squeaky Wheel.
You are squeaky.
That was my nickname for Marshall, the Squeaky Wheel.
Rich Squeaky Wheel Eisen.
We used to have on set. We had Snickers bars for whenever Rich would have one of his tantrums. We'd slide the Snickers bar.
No.
The person, the commercial when the guy like,
yeah, because you're not yourself.
You're not yourself.
You're not yourself. Just want everyone to understand that that's not the way I always am. The Snicker bar was the indication that that's not really me.
No. But there's those moments where everything will it'll just pile up on him, and he has to say something. Like he'll hold it in. He can deal with it. He can deal with it, and I can see it. I can sense it on his face, and I'm like, I just gotta get him there. I gotta get him to the boiling point.
So here's the best part about this conversation, then we'll talk a little bit of actual football, is the reason why we're having this conversation is because of Kurt Warner's silver puffy jacket that trended on Twitter all night on Monday night.
I got so many text messages. What's your boy wearing? What's your boy wearing?
It's your fault, right? It's your fault.
It's your man to them.
Man.
And he's sensitive about it. Deep down he's a little sensitive about it.
No doubt.
Right.
But I think it was I believe
Yes.
It was a great marketing ploy by Lionsgate to get Kurt to wear the jacket to have him trending in time with the movie.
Yes. Here's the master plan.
Think about it. It's like when Justin Bieber is about to release an album, he goes to jail.
So the silver jacket is the jail of the equation, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Makes so much sense now.
Oh, I'm crying. This is so funny. Oh,
Now,
my
everybody
gosh.
out there in America, just go watch Kurt's movie.
Yes,
It's
you
worth
should. It is beautiful.
It's worth it. It is worth it.
I didn't see you at the premiere that
God,
night.
it was awesome.
It is beautiful. It's a beautiful movie, and the guy who plays Ray Lewis was that guy was great, because that was what was that like the first game though? The first, because it's in the movie, just so everyone knows, you do see Kurt's first game. Spoiler alert: he does make the Rams and start, and it's against the Ravens. What was that like that day?
First game
against Ray and the Ravens.
So literally, Rich, that was the birth of that defense and what they became. Like that game was like
99.
our first game becoming the greatest show on turf,
Right.
and that defense becoming what they were. Like that was the game. And you can tell it was like, man, there was some intense plays, some throws that Kurt made in that game that was the deciding factor in that game. Now, we end up winning the Super Bowl. A year later, they win a Super Bowl.
Right.
So it was that defense. I mean, they were good. I mean, you could not have a tougher a tougher task for a first starting game. And some of those throws, man, like that game, it was so impactful in Kurt's career for what was to come. And I just loved how he handled it, because it didn't start off the way you wanted to start off. And it was exactly as was. Think about this. The year before, so in 98, I go into Baltimore and give it to the Ravens. I had about maybe 250 yards. So we were playing them. They were like, he's not beating us.
Right.
This number 13 is going to have to do it. So they basically they put it all on Kurt, and I just love how he handled it.
Yeah, I know.
Love how he handled it.
And he got
man.
picked by Ray.
Love how he handled it.
He got
Oh,
picked
yeah.
by Ray.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you guys when you were thinking, okay, we do have a great offense, and here's Kurt Warner, who was getting ripped
we
nonstop in
didn't-
practice, you know?
I'm going to be listen, and this is we didn't have a great offense. We did not know what we had. We had only played one preseason game with Kurt as the starter going into the opener, so we didn't know what we were. The confidence wasn't as a team. Like individually, Isaac knew what he could do. Torrey coming in as the 6th pick overall. We knew we had a pretty good offensive line with that left side of Adam Timmerman and Orlando Pace, and then me. That was what our offense consisted of as far as names went. But to do what we developed into as a team, Rich, we didn't know at that time. We had no idea. And I'm gonna say, as much as people look at what was around Kurt, all of the things that you saw, it's so funny. So I don't know if people used to always talk about, it was like, oh my God, he will stand in the pocket and take the hit. He will stand in the pocket and take the hit. To watch the movie, and I'm not going to give it away, to watch the movie and find out why,
Right.
the for why, it's so impactful, man. That was more of a tearjerker than anything for me, because it's like distance travel, what he had to do and how he turned the weakness into a strength.
It's a
I
beautiful.
love that dude, man.
Me too.
Love him.
Me too. And that's why everyone should see the movie, and conversely, why it's such a shame you wore that jacket. And so TJ came up. Tell Marshall your idea of the jacket, and then we'll talk a little football with him. So go for it.
Yeah, well, Marshall, everyone was cracking on Kurt about his jacket, right? And then I said yesterday, the only jacket color Kurt Warner cares about is a gold jacket. And then it hit me. What if the Pro Football Hall of Fame gave you guys jackets for different weather conditions? So you get your blazer, right? But then if it's raining, like Harold Carmichael yesterday, you have a Hall of Fame like
slicker.
raincoat.
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
have a pea coat when it's cold, maybe a windbreaker when the weather's,
Or a
a little
puffy-
bit
or a
chilly.
puffy coat.
Puffy coat,
Yeah.
just
What do you
give you
think,
guys
Marshall?
different jackets for different weather occasions.
What do you think?
I actually think it's great. Let's just either maybe Nike, since they're the league sponsor, maybe Burlington Coat Factory. They could just produce the coats.
Yeah. Right. For
I, mean,
different.
I think it's a great idea. No,
Different-
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
So at a game like that, at a game that Kurt's calling, he could sit there with his Hall of Fame jacket on. That's
Yeah.
for wintertime.
Triple fat goose,
And
stay
that would
warm.
be perfect.
I think it's a
I like
great
it.
idea. I think it's a great. And you got.
Yeah, someone's going to get rich off of this, and it ain't going
Right.
to be me.
No.
Right? It ain't going to be
Definitely
me.
not.
It's not.
We have the polos. We have the polos for when it's hot.
That's right.
So we don't have to sit in jackets.
Right.
And I think when it's cold, you give another option.
You're right. And then you look
Yeah, I like
inside,
it.
and you put your number inside.
Yeah.
What's your number? What's your Hall of Fame number?
265.
So you put 265 in
you go.
in
It's
your
all
inside.
authentic.
There you go.
Only those gentlemen who said that Nitsky Luncheon can get these jackets.
right.
Of course, it's still an elite club, but they get you covered for
There you
any
go.
type of weather.
There you go. So
I'll bring this up. I'll bring this up at the next committee meeting we have for Hall of Fame.
There you
and
go.
here's the thing. This is what I love about the Hall of Fame. If I go out and find the sponsor to do it, then they're all for it. Like, they don't just turn stuff down when we give ideas. Because this is a great idea. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a great idea for, football is an inclement weather sport.
Football is family.
We get to this time. Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
There you go.
Seriously.
And there you go, from Hall of Famer number 265, number 28 on your program,
the Marshall
number
Falk
265
collection.
in the Hall of Fame bus gallery. There you go.
Telling you.
All right.
Also, Marshall, don't sell yourself short. In '98 against Baltimore, you had 267 total yards.
He was a bad man.
As a Colt.
I'm never perfect with the numbers when they're mine. I'm just always on the fringe, and I always round down just to give people an
You're
opportunity
a
to
humble
round
man.
up.
You're a humble man. You're a humble man. You're a humble man with a plan. So Cooper Kupp just passed Isaac Bruce's team record for most receptions in a season. They got 3 games to go. How far do you think this Rams team can go, Marshall Falk? What do you got for me?
I'm going to say this. Defensively, I feel like Raheem Morris is doing a great job at putting these pieces together. You know, he has some guys and convincing them to play as a team. Two games ago, when I was listening to the announcer, it was like, oh, yeah, the Rams have these individual pieces, but on defense, they have to learn how to play together and connect it. And you know, Warren Sapp will tell you. That's all Sapp used to talk about.
Yep.
Front end and the back end, we got to work together. And for a while, you know, when they were on that losing streak, they weren't playing together defensively. And I think that what we're starting to see now, which is you can't just double Aaron Donald and then Chip Floyd and what Von Miller is doing and the young defensive backs, you know, 2 weeks ago, no Ramsey, how they stepped up, you know, and I am impressed at what I see defensively now. Offensively, it's all there. It's all there. I hate to call people out. Center got hurt. They put the other center in. Running game looks really good. I think that, you know, the backup center is a better center. I don't get to make those decisions. And then, you know, Rich, I've been saying it since they got it. It all comes down to number 9. You know, it all comes down to number 9, and we're going to find out. There's times we can blame it on Detroit as a franchise, and there's times we can say Matthew Stafford was the reason the stuff was going on in Detroit. And it's the same. It's the same with the Rams. You know, when he's on point, and he threw some dimes the other night. Like, I'm talking about in traffic throws that have to be made. They got to be put in certain spots. It don't matter how strong your arm is, or you have to be accurate. He was accurate. There's times that hasn't happened this season. And as this league goes, you're going to find out he's going to go up against Tom Brady. He's going to go up against Aaron Rodgers, and they're not going to make a lot of mistakes. And the question is, you know, can he make more plays and less mistakes than them? Hasn't been in his DNA, but he didn't have a Sean McVay. So can't wait for it, man. Cannot wait for it.
Marshall Falk on the state of the Los Angeles Rams, one of the greatest Rams of all time, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Before I let you go, you got any 2 cents on Urban Meyer? All that stuff?
Hey, Rich, you know, man, I'm not going to kick a man while he's down. You know, when they hired him and they got on me, I asked a simple question, and, you know, I just was like, how do you hire a guy? When you look at everywhere he's been, he stepped down. Eventually that's going to happen. And then I just wanted to know if I'm hiring a college coach, Cliff Kingsbury has developed talent at the quarterback position. So I can understand Arizona. I just didn't get the Urban Meyer hire for the young quarterback. I just didn't get it. He all the great teams that he had, from Florida to Ohio State, he had Alex Smith as his only quarterback starting in the NFL. And that said something to me. I just couldn't trust him to develop the first overall pick. So, I didn't expect for it to go that way. I just felt that, you know, he wouldn't turn around, but all the turmoil, all the things that we're hearing, stuff that's coming out now, just not good. I think that he's served his time. He's put in the work. I just hate to see it go this way, Rich. But I told you so.
I hear you, Marshall. I thought the minute he didn't get on that plane in Cincinnati, whether the team knew about it or not, or okayed it or not, the minute he didn't get on that plane to go home, it was a wrap. I said that here,
Over.
right? Over when that happened. And then
I
obviously,
I don't even know how you do not get on that plane. I don't even understand. I don't like. I can't even. I can't even. You can get on that plane and take a private jet back,
right.
but I don't know how you don't get on that plane.
The minute I saw that, and then of course what happened when he stayed behind, it just was the end of that.
Yeah, I don't even want to get in the man's personal stuff.
Right.
What happened,
Right.
crap happens, but not getting on that plane, that was the deciding factor. What happened after, that doesn't matter. But not getting on that plane, you do not get on the plane with your team. That's unheard of. It's unheard of.
So just to wrap everything up, we just heard your 2 cents on Urban. You're concerned about Stafford's ability to win when chips are down because you need to see it to.
What was the stat? I mean, there was a stat about him not winning against teams with winning records.
Right.
It was some crazy stat. I was just sitting there like, wow.
Right.
It blew me away. We were talking about it once before. It was some crazy stat of his record versus teams that was above 500.
Right. So there's that. Go see Kurt's movie.
Yep.
You're into the idea of the Hall of Fame making a Hall of Fame jacket for different weather types, so Kurt can not trend and you can stay warm. And my bad on not getting everyone pizza in Chicago that time. Oh, did you remember the time I wore that fedora? Because we were talking yesterday about fashion choices that you thought were good, but the rest of the world did not because of what happened with Kurt. Remember that fedora I wore that Dion told me to buy? And what'd you think when I showed up with the fedora, Marshall? For real?
Susie and I, we agreed that you would not wear that fedora ever again. But yeah, I remember it. I do. Susan and I, we're usually,
yes, you're
we're in
lockstep.
sync when it comes to you. We share the same sentiment. We love you. We both love you, and we want what's best for you, Rich. We're here for you.
Thank you, Marshall. Appreciate it. You take care. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everyone
Love you,
in your
brother.
world.
Happy
Birthday. Love
holidays.
you too. That's Marshall Falk, everybody. Hall of Famer. Oh my gosh. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.